What ring doorbell? The worst time to go off, right?
Yeah, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Episode 49, Cigars Unbanded. Tonight we are joined by our buddy Terrence.
Terrence, the one and
What's up?
only.
I think he's frozen right now.
Oh shit! I was like, dude, he's not reacting to this at all.
I have no idea what's going on. I can hear you guys, I can see you guys, but as soon as you press start, my browser was like, nah, we're not gonna do this right now. So
oh my
sound
god.
great. You sound
just
great.
refresh. Mm-hmm.
It's only your show, bro, right? Like the one that he's
the one that I'm supposed to be here for, right? Like, goodness gracious.
At least he doesn't
able to right now.
You sound fine. Great. Yeah, sound fine. And he didn't freeze like Johnny does with a terrible picture of a cigar in his mouth. So, you know.
It's my new
Here, I'll take you out, maybe refresh your web page and then come back in. Gentlemen, we meet again. I feel like we've
tuned in on Sunday, dude.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we've been doing a lot of lives lately. So this cigar is tasting really good at the start. I don't know if you guys are a couple puffs in yet, but I'm enjoying that.
Baseball bat. Look at this thing. It's fucking huge.
Churchill.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Feels like 7 inches.
Yeah, I bet it does. All right, let's try this. Let me grab Terrence again. We got some thumbs up.
We all good? We all good?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, man. God. Oh, shit. Did you get stuck like that?
Oh, there
you go. For a second, I was like, yeah.
It's fucking trolling us, man.
Freezing on the good poses.
So, Terrence, how you doing, man?
Man, I am good. Just busy. I've talked to you guys in cut before how my girlfriend and me are going to be moving in together the next couple of weeks. And we're getting the house and all that prepped and all of that. And then, just being part of the industry right about now gets really busy for everybody. So I've been kind of just working a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine this time is like all the end of like the year releases are trying to get pumped out, right? And then everyone's wanting to shop. So you probably got a lot of new people coming into the shop going, hey, I know a cigar smoker. Like, you deal with that a lot where people come in looking for recommendations or like starter kits and stuff.
Yeah, it's either, hey, I've had like 1 or 2 cigars before, but I can't necessarily figure out flavor notes, or it's a wife and she's like, my husband likes these 3 cigars. I want to do something nice for him. Can you give me something that's close to this? And yeah, it's a lot of recommendations and a lot of just association. So if I've had about 99% of our humidor over the years, just because I started off as a customer, I'm able to figure out kind of something to recommend if one thing's out of stock or they have specific tastes.
Yeah. Because that's a pretty daunting task, right? People come in and they're like, hey, I want to get something nice for my husband. And you're like, well, what does he like? And hopefully they know what he likes or has a couple pictures of stuff they smoke. If not, you got to shoot off the hip and kind of just go with it.
So I have 3 questions that I always ask a significant other or family member for when they're getting gifts. And I also ask new guys this as well. And it's like, how do you handle spicy foods? How do you take your coffee or energy drink in the morning? And how much do you want to spend? And with those questions, I can go almost anywhere and get a good idea for them.
That's a pretty good set of questions. It pretty much narrows everything down.
Yep.
I like
and
that.
If they're like, I like cream and sugar, but I love spicy foods, and I'm like, all right, AJ, Connecticut it is. Right. It's super easy.
Man, that's pretty cool. Whenever I deal with new smokers and they're always like, well, what do you got? I'm like, well, what do you like? And they just give me generic answers. I have nothing to go off of here. I got nothing. So that's pretty good. I like the food association with that too. I've never really thought about do you like spicy food? Do you like, stuff that's going to punch you in the mouth, bolder stuff flavor wise, or are you a little wussy,
Yeah, even the black coffee question, like the coffee question is great too, because someone drinks black coffee, like okay, like you can, get the darker stuff.
Yeah. What cigar is closest to Cueritos? Roger, do you have a answer for that?
Yeah, the Wagashi.
No. I took one of those out today because everyone's talking about it again. I was like, I gotta have it again. I gotta check it out one more time.
So good, dude. I don't know. It was just a one-off, but I thought it was good.
I don't know. If I'm smoking a brulee, I'm just going for the classic double Corona. I'm not a huge blue guy. For the price point, I just think the double Corona is my personal favorite size.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty solid. You're not going to be upset smoking any one of the brulee line. If you go for a regular Sobremesa, you will be upset, though.
Yeah. That one's not good. Well, I don't think it's good. I used to think you smoked for free, Terrence. I used to think you just walked around every morning, like, pick out like 5 or 6, and it's like, I'm going to knock these out today. That's what I always thought. But
No, so technically, I don't even calculate how many I smoke every day, but I'm allowed a couple shift sticks. So like 1 or 2 a day, and they're not really upset. And I try to keep it under like $10-15 depending on the day. I smoke a lot of my own personal stuff that I've already had, so like I don't mess up the inventory. But no, I don't sit there and go through 7 a day, all of their sticks. It's just about 1 or 2 of theirs.
when you said 10 or 15, I thought you were gonna say 10 or 15 sticks. I was like, damn, dude, never mind. Then that's crazy.
Well, I mean, that's good that you still smoke through the inventory, because I mean, people are going to ask you for recommendations, and you're the kind of guy that'll take your time with a customer too to kind of like whittle it down to see what they're going to like and maybe find something new for them. So, I mean, that humidor is massive. Like, do you have a rough count of like what is in Cigars Daily, like inventory?
Tim might kill me if I butcher this, so give me a sec. I think at the moment it's going to be about 1,100 SKUs or so. So that's going to be about 500 to 600 cigars and about roughly Robusto Toro size. There are some more that have more sizes and some cigars that we only have in one size, but it's about 600 different facings of cigars.
It's fucking bananas, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, it took me about 5 years to smoke through a humidor. So I got smoked almost one of everything and almost every size.
Yeah. Do you still get excited when new stuff gets brought in, or are you like, fuck, I gotta smoke this? Like I gotta get this under my belt.
Honestly, depending on what time of year, I'm hyped because I'm like, ooh, there hasn't been a great release in the last couple months, or we'll get like a bunch of like exclusives that hit the shelf, and I'm like, oh gosh, now I got to get 5 packs of all of this and blah 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 blah. But I'm also the one who breaks down our cartons when we get them in, so it's a double-edged sword. Where I was like, oh yay, great, we got Stillwell Star, but why did we get so many boxes of it?
Yeah. I forgot what it was, but last week or the week before, you got like a massive delivery. You were there like on your day off, was it? Just putting stuff away because you just got so much shit in.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a tight ship, right? They tell me, or they text me, hey, 2 pallets got dropped off, I'm on my way. I'll drop what I'm doing and I get there.
Didn't you recently put a picture in cut of you like laying on the fucking table next to all your boxes?
So Tim was out of the office that day, and I sent him a picture of the pallet that we just broke down. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock. We got a really late shipment, and it was a pallet of our Oliva exclusive, the La Fermentada. Yeah. And he was like, you really didn't crack open a box and send me a picture of them? He's like, take a picture of the boxes. Don't just send me the carton with the Oliva logo on it. So I had them all up on a table, and then I was like, all right, let me take some liberties, put my camera on a 10-second timer, ran over and posed all sexy like with the boxes behind me.
Here you go, Mr. Boss Man.
Do you ever see a future where you don't smoke, Terrence?
As long as they're not like, if you smoke one more cigar, you'll die, I'm good. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about that, man. I'm like, I wonder when, because I go through hobbies like pretty quickly. This has progressed past the time where it's just like became a quick hobby that I tossed aside. And I still get angry sometimes when I plan to smoke, where I'm like, cool, I'm gonna smoke a cigar, and I get a work call or I get something that I can't smoke. I still get pissed. But I'm like, I wonder if the future, I'm still gonna be smoking a cigar like every day. You know, like I have thought about that, or if it'll taper down or something.
I think I could taper down. Like hopefully, right? Like I don't want to have to smoke 5 cigars every day so that my humidor stays at the right level. Like I want to be able to buy a box and it lasts me a month. That does not happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I'm still on that hunt to find the unicorn for me, where it's like about under $10, has the flavors that I know I can smoke every day, and like comes in a box of 20. And so that way I could just buy 2 or 3 boxes and not have to find anything else for like a couple months at a time. That does not happen for me though. I haven't picked up a box and no, I picked up a box recently. Never mind. But of like daily smokers, right? I haven't like done like a daily smoke pickup in a while.
Yeah. I think about that too, Roger. I'm like, I don't smoke as often as you do. I'm maybe a 1 cigar a day kind of guy, and it's usually at the end of the night. But I mean, I've had, plethora of hobbies that I'm in and out of constantly. And like, there's a few that have stuck around that like, I'm not as active in them, but I keep up with them. You know what I mean? Like I still check websites, read up news. I might not I was big into guns. I still read a lot of articles on guns, shotgun stuff, sporting stuff like that, but I don't shoot nearly as often because my kids keep me home more. But with like cigars, it's a hobby that you can fit into like certain times of the day. If you have 30 minutes and you're not doing anything, well, I can get outside and smoke a cigar. I can't get to the range and go shoot some clays or, go shoot targets. That's a whole fucking thing. But if I got 40 minutes at the end of the night, the wife's doing something, the kids are in bed, I got no, dad responsibilities, I can go outside with my buddies and smoke for an hour. Like, that's not a big deal. So I think that's why cigars have kind of like stuck around longer for guys like me and you who kind of jump between everything, because it's easier to fit into the normalcy of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think you're still smoking about 3 cigars a day, Roger?
Ever since I got sick, I haven't been able to smoke as much just because I used to have a certain amount of time, and then I started filling that time with other stuff. Like it's been getting harder for me to smoke at least 1 a day, sometimes 2, but I haven't smoked 3 cigars in a day in a while, man. I'm working my way back to it though. I'll get back to it. Working my way towards 4.
Yeah. And Terrence, what's like a regular day for your cigar routine? Is it like you got to get one in first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee, or do you kind of like get into the day and then start up?
So I will. So that's around the morning time where I'm like, all right, I walk around the humidor and I'm like, oh no, I have so much stuff that I can try to pair with coffee. And I go through about 1.5 pots a day myself. I also have a coffee problem. I tell people I have a drinking problem, and then when I tell them it's coffee, they're like, oh, okay, your heart's just going to stop, whatever. But I'll start off the day like doing emails and stuff like that with coffee and a cigar. And then after that, I'm just kind of churning and burning. If they need me somewhere, I'll bounce over there. I try to keep the humidor stocked up and help people out when they have questions and all of that. I also have the phone on me at all times throughout the day. And sometimes I accidentally take it home with me and I'll still do phone calls at home, which is not a good idea. It's not the smartest thing, but like work-life balance. I love what I do. So I just get to do it at home as well sometimes. But yeah, so I'll probably just bounce around for a few hours if I have the time, or if we're extremely slow, then I'll probably sit in my office for another hour or so midday, maybe. But I usually try to keep myself busy. And if it slows down around 3, 4, maybe 5 o'clock, that's when I'll have cigar number 2. And then I can find myself coming home having another 2. And that's when I'm hopping on Cud, or I'm just like decompressing, just mind rotting with YouTube, and just enjoying myself with a cigar or 2. Yeah.
I think, the Discord has certainly increased my number of cigars that I have a week. Cause some nights it's like, I don't want to go outside, or, kind of not in the mood. And then you check Discord, and you see 2 or 3 people smoking and you're like, oh, maybe I'll pop in for a little bit. And, you know, the first question when you get in a Discord is, hey, man, what's going on? What are you smoking today? And it's like, fuck, all right, let me go get a cigar. And before you know it, you're on there for a cigar too, hanging out. More guys show up. So definitely the Discord
3
has
hours
increased. Yeah. The Discord has definitely increased our intake for sure.
Thankfully, I'm on the West Coast, so you guys are up at like midnight. And I was like, oh, good. It's only 9 for me. Cool. I think I might have one more, then go to bed.
Yeah. It's like 10
You guys go
o'clock,
to bed
10:30.
like at 1 or 2, bro. It's insane.
It's brutal, man. It's like 10:30 every night, and JB's like, hey, who's smoking? I'm like, oh, here we go. Gotta get outside. All right, twist my arm. But I saw a comment earlier. I went past it, but I wanted to bring it up. Ian said, Terrence sold me my first cigar, cutter, torch, butane. That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Ian. He still stops by pretty often, and every now and again we'll chat it up. We trade cigars here and there. He tells me about the deals that he can get, and I'm like, oh well. And then if he's on the look for something, I'll try to keep an eye out for him as well. So he's a really good guy and friend of the nation. I guess I could say that, right?
Nice. Yeah, you could say that. That's cool too. And is there a lot of instances where you see like new smokers come into the shop and you're like there to help them, and then you watch them like progress throughout the weeks? It's like you see them go for the lighter stuff, the easier recommendations, and then they kind of start reading articles on their own or watching YouTube videos, and then you like watch their journey.
Yeah, it's Ian is exactly that way, where I watched him smoke almost every Connecticut we had, and he's like, I think I'm washed out on Connecticut's. What's the next step? And I was like, Habanos or Corojos, maybe Sumatra. And now he'll just come in and he's like, I saw a video on this, or you guys were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, no, it's really interesting to see, and I love it. It's like, not saying watching a child grow, because I don't know what that feels like, and I don't want to know what that feels like. But it's definitely really cool to see somebody like expand their palate right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, it's got to be very cool. But let's get into the cigar a little bit, guys. So, I mean, I already ashed once, but what are we getting for flavor notes? What are we picking up? Terrence, you want to start us off?
Yeah, can I guess the cigar?
No,
sure. No, so I'm getting like an aged tobacco funkiness out of it. It's really smooth. Started off very nutty at the beginning, but that kind of mellowed out a little bit with a good amount of like, I don't know if that's like cedar or caramel on the finish or something like that, but I'm enjoying it. It's really smooth. I will say, I'm not guessing the cigar yet, but it gives off like a Aganorsa or a Luzioni kind of feel to it, and I'm really enjoying the smoke so far.
Okay. All right. Felipe, what do you got, man?
Yeah. Some of the same things he said. Super nutty in the beginning, and there's like a toasted cedar almost. And there's a little pepper for me. I label it as like a white pepper, but it does have a little bit of that aged tobacco funk to me as well.
Roger, what do you got?
Dude, I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness. I'm really enjoying the cigar. In the beginning, the flavors were a lot more apparent, but I'm getting this like weird grape, like the purple candy grape, like a fake grape. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Like bubblegum grape. That's what I'm getting from this cigar. Freaking good.
What do you got, Mike?
I don't know if I'm associating it with grape, but there's definitely like a tartness to it. And then on the long finish, I think one of y'all said caramel or something. I got kind of like a graham crackery vibe going on.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely see the nuttiness. Caramel's in there for sure. It is a little woody. I have no pepper in mine. I'm getting a little vanilla, like a vanilla bean almost. And that it's like a nutmeg throughout. It's some kind of baking spice. It's really good. I mean, I've had this cigar before, and this already is way better than the first time I had it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it because I still have like half a box or something. So very good so far to start. Very pretty cigar too. The wrapper is gorgeous. Construction looks to be on point.
How much think this cigar has?
It probably has about a year now since I got the box back in, it was either November, December, around there. So this is probably about a year of age on it. We got a question here for you, Terrence. Trevor says, Terrence, what's your favorite ring? I just got a 14 karat rectangular jade for my anniversary.
So I don't have any 14 karat or anything like that, but it would probably be this guy right here. This is a ring that I got right after my favorite rapper passed away, MF Doom. He's just a weird old guy who didn't even perform at his own concerts, but you sit there and you listen to his music, and sometimes you have to like read the lyrics alongside because he just has like a machine gun of rhymes that he shoots at you. And I've been listening to the guy for like 15 years. So then I found out he passed away, and I was like, well, I got to get something because I listen to this guy almost like every day. So that's my favorite ring, and I've got a bunch of other ones that are less important to me sentimentally.
Trevor's ring sounds fancy, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Piece of jade.
It's all about the drip. Drip check.
So
I got a Crown Heads hat and hoodie on tonight. That's about it.
nice.
I've just got a jean jacket on with a tank top.
Smoking
hat.
weather yet in AZ? Are we getting closer to not being unpleasant?
Dude, it's been good for like the last month. So right now it's 69 degrees. So it's perfect. Nice. All right. I got a grievance to make because I want to know if you got no matter the setting, everybody says nice when they hear 69, right?
Nice.
Somebody came in and they asked for a Boveda pack. And I was like, what percentage? We have 65, 69, 72, and 84. And he was like, I'll take a 69. And me and one of the guys that are sitting in the lounge, we both go, nice. And he just sits there, deadpan face, making me look weird. Like, he's the weird one, right? It's not me.
Was he like 100?
Yeah.
No, he was like 32. He was like, he's like, oh, it's my first time in. I usually go to this other place, but you guys were right around the corner from me. I like your vibe, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to pick up a couple sticks and some Boveda. And I was like, nice. And then he just kind of walked out quietly after that. I've never seen the guy ever since, but
Mormon. Nah, just joking.
Just joking.
Oh, man.
Guess no Utah meetup for us, huh, Roger? Just ruin that. Yeah. What's going on, Javi? Lighting up a crocodillo. Nice, dude. Nice. What else is everyone smoking? Let us know in the chat. We got Sal here puffing on a 2015 Gotta Fire Carlito. Ooh.
Javi found at the sex shop or what?
It's the best
That's what
shop.
it sounds like. It's code for honey hole.
That's the name of the place, actually. Yeah.
What's up, Matt?
Just the beginning of the show.
This is very good. I was surprised because I didn't know how the cigar was going to go with age on it, and it's really good. It got very good into like the last part of the second third and into the final third, if I remember correctly. But I remember the first half of the cigar was just weird. Like the flavors, Mike has smoked this cigar before too. The flavors were just funky. Like nothing went well together. And I was close to putting it out. And I remember we were on Discord and Mike was like, I'm just going to smoke through it. I was like, all right, we'll suffer together. And then halfway through, we were both like, hey, this is getting pretty good. So I wonder if that age, that, almost 1 year has done something to the first, half of the cigar.
1 year, mandatory age.
Mm.
Are you getting at anything?
Oh, hey, easy. I'm not giving. I know. I've said my fathers need some age, but I don't know.
I didn't say
Oh, sorry. Could be throwing it off. Could be throwing it off. You never know.
Mike, did you have to get this one, or did Peter send this one into you?
He sent me one. I just bought a single when I bought it.
Yeah. I think I had sent this to you before, right? Did I send it to you before the show, or was it in that bomb I sent you originally? Because I sent a ton of shit. I don't remember.
No, this is the only one of these you've ever sent me.
Okay. All right. JB, he's digging the setup.
Hell yeah, man.
I have a way better camera, but it's a little bit outdated, so I can't use it as a webcam option anymore. And so that shoots in black and white, and I just like black and white video for some reason, so I just changed my settings on my laptop to make my cam black and white.
Like it.
Jim says Terrence sold me a Pledge of Allegiance. Nice.
Hopefully you like that cigar. I've heard mixed things about it, but Jim, I know you were on the hunt for it, so I was happy that we were able to get you those.
I like that cigar. I think we were talking about this yesterday. I don't dislike a lot of the EP stuff. It's all right. I don't love it, but I don't
It's very meh.
I've got one of those sitting, and I just keep looking at it, but I haven't smoked it yet.
Yeah.
I heard it was kind of aggressive, wasn't it? Maybe the fact that it's been sitting for 8 months now or whatever will dial her back.
There's 2 different sizes, right, in that cigar?
I did not get the
And
solid
the
one.
2024, yeah. So I think 2023 they just had the Toro. 2024 they only made 258 boxes of the Salomon and then 1776 of the Toro. And yeah, I don't know if the size has any difference. I picked up a couple. Hugo messing with 1-2 Matt in the comments. But yeah, I haven't actually smoked any of the 2023. I have one in my humidor and I have a couple of the 2024. And I remembered last time I smoked one, it gave me a good amount of like peated earth and like some like Scotch-like flavor notes that I enjoyed. But some other people were telling me that it was a bad smoke. So like I said, I enjoy it. Hope everybody else gets the same enjoyment out of it that I do.
I dig
Yeah.
peated earth. Maybe I'll have to bust into that thing.
Oof. I know you don't drink now, but man, anytime I hear peated, I just think Scotch, and it's fucking brutal, dude. It is brutal.
No.
So you don't even like Lagavulin?
I mean, light peat I can deal with, but I got some like
Ardbeg?
Highland stuff. Depends. It really depends, man.
Ardbeg, like that is the definition of peat.
Yeah.
Pete Diddy, if I could.
Yeah. You can. No, dude, I can't do the peated stuff. Like I enjoy Scotch. I enjoy like the fruitier stuff in the Scotch like blends, but fuck, dude, some of those guys smoke the shit out of those Scotches. They're brutal.
Yeah, like just sherry cask finish always just makes a Scotch better. Like Macallan 12 is like the like pinnacle to me. I don't like the 18 as much, but like the sherry finish on Macallan 12 is perfect.
It's great. It's great. It's a bottle like every guy can have in his collection and be like, oh, I got a Scotch for you. You know, it's not super expensive either. It's not really hard to find, but it hits the spot every time. But anytime I drink Scotch, I want something lighter, right? Because it's always 80%-ish. Like it's not bourbon-esque. It's not, going to rip your nose off. So it's like when I'm drinking a Scotch, I want something to be flavorful. Like I'm not looking for the burn. So I can't do that peat, man. It's terrible. Where's Jimmy at? He's at Infamous. He has a cigar. He was supposed to be on this year, but we couldn't get our schedules to line up. So stay tuned. Maybe beginning of next year, we'll get Jimmy on for an Unbanded show.
Well, he's going to be on the holiday show too, isn't he? He's got a cigar for that, right?
Yep. He will have a cigar for that. So next month, we'll be doing a collab with them, and he will be getting an Unbanded cigar. Let's see. Speaking of,
what's up, Albert?
Diddy, what's up, Albert?
Let it out, Albert.
Pulpania.
What's there?
Good old Pulpania.
I'm sure he let it out. Yeah, I just didn't get there in the comments.
I don't see it
It's
actually.
there. It's
there.
You need a
It's
nutmeg,
there.
huh?
Okay.
I don't know it's there, but in here I know it's there.
You could feel it. You could sense it. What's up, Kurt?
What's going on?
Lawrence. Terrence, do you just like smoking Cubans or no?
Real ones?
Very limited. I have very
Right.
limited experience with real Cubans. I've probably had a total of 3, and I've been smoking for about 6 or 7 years. One of those was actually a gift from Mike, and the other ones I got from like Monte Fortuna back in the day, and I can't even legitimately tell if those were real or not. But back then in those days, I was just so hyped up on the fact that I had a Cuban that I didn't even like care about the flavor notes.
Yeah.
And then when I had that Partagas D4, I was like, oh, this is really good. But other than that, I'm not a huge Cuban guy at the moment. I haven't necessarily tried. It seems a little bit out of my price point at the moment. Like I said, under $9 box worthy 20 count box, right? Like that's what I'm always trying to look for.
Damn cigars are expensive, man. But then I remember I smoked a few. The first one I ever smoked I thought was great, but that was when I didn't know anything about cigars. And then when I smoked a few other ones, I remember thinking like, all right, man, this ain't all that great. Like I think New Worlds are great. They're better than these. But then every now and then you'll smoke some really good Cubans. It's like, oh man, these are actually really good. Different circumstance, different thing, but it's not like one's gonna overtake the other. But there is some really, really good cigars out there. Just too hard to find.
Yeah.
Are you sure that Cuban you smoked was real, Roger? The first one?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It was great. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just a Romeo and Julieta. But it was we bought it from this store. It didn't just sell cigars, they sold like other stuff. So it was like I don't know how to explain it, because these like weird Mexican stores in Mexico. It wasn't like a Casa de Habanos or anything. Who knows, man?
It was fake for sure. For sure. Just like that Davidoff you sent me. Fucking fake, bro.
He slid the glass off the Cuban box. He was like, yes, this Romeo and Juliet of 2022 was fantastic.
Was it like a grocery store? You were buying eggs and milk, and the lady was like, you want some Cubans?
It's not a grocery store. It's like they sold all kinds of cigars, right? But it's a weird, I don't know what they're called, man, but they're not convenience stores. They are like commercial stores though. Like you see them a lot. It's kind of like that. Like they sell liquor, and then they sell, it's kind of, I was gonna say, what's that store? Bevmo. It's kind of like a Mexican Bevmo, or what's the other name for where people buy alcohol?
Like Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Yeah, like a Total Wine. There we go. It's kind of like that.
There's no way that was a real Cuban.
Maybe not.
Hey,
It
but
was
you got some
amazing.
enjoyment out of it, so that's
Yeah,
good.
but you loved it though, so that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You got to smoke
I
that
came here and I
Davidoff.
bought an Ashton Maduro, and I was like, "Oh goddamn, this thing is horrible." And then I smoked another cigar was so spicy, and I'm like, "Damn, this thing's so spiced. What the hell?" But yeah,
So Terrence, when did you start smoking? Like, what started the journey for you?
Oh gosh, this is gonna be a really embarrassing answer that I got for you guys.
Oh,
but I'm
perfect
ready to
question
tell
then.
it.
Let's go.
How do I start this off? So you guys know I have a lot of clothing. You guys just know clothes are just one of my mini hobbies. Everything that starts with a C: cigars, cameras, clothes. But before I got really into cigars, I had amassed a Tommy Bahama shirt collection. And I've got about like 40 or 50 Tommy Bahama shirts, all from that one clip of The Office where Stanley goes, I should have taken that trip to Florida because all of my non-work shirts are Tommy Bahama. And ever since I was like 12, it stuck with me. So every time I went thrifting, I bought a Tommy Bahama shirt. And I had a buddy who was a photographer, and he was like, hey, I got to keep posting on Instagram every couple of days to remind people that I'm a photographer so that I get more work as a photographer. Isn't that crazy? I was like, yeah, no, if you ever need any help, let me know. And he reached out to me and a couple other of my other buddies. And he was like, hey, I'm going to just do a photo trip weekend, get a bunch of props. We're going to sit there, go to different areas of Phoenix, take a bunch of photos. And he's like, I'll have enough content to slowly roll it out. And you guys get some free pictures out of it. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. I'll find something that goes along well with a Tommy Bahama shirt. And the only thing I could think of was like either a pipe or a cigar.
Yeah.
And so I picked up, I didn't even know cigar lounges were a thing. I was 19, back when the legal smoking age was still 18.
Mhm.
I was 19. No, I was 18. I was 18. And I walked into a smoke shop and I was like, I'm here to buy a cigar. I've never smoked a cigarette, never vaped, never hit any kind of weed or anything like that. She was like, the hell wrong with you? A cigar? I was like, yeah. And so she like walks into the humidor with me, which is probably like smaller than my patio now. And she was like, I think you go for the light ones. I think they said the light ones are less strong than all the other ones. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. Hook me up with a torch and a cutter. I watched like one video on everything. And then I went on my merry way. I met up with my buddies. I cut like an inch off the cap of the cigar. Not even the cap, like the head of the cigar, cut an inch off. Just if I would have posted
Decapitate.
Reddit, they would have been like, look at this guy's new machete. I took the torch and burnt like 3 inches up on one side. It was the ugliest toast job I've ever done. And I'm sitting there smoking this cigar, thinking I look cool with my friends, got a couple silly photos out of it. And I was like, yeah, that felt really cool. I might do that occasionally. And then Big Brother's always listening. And then I just got a bunch of cigar YouTube videos recommended to me. I stayed up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, all of that sounds delicious. And I made notes and made a list of all the things I wanted to eventually smoke. And then it just went down from there.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you remember some of like the first reviewers or guys that you saw? Did you see Tim before you realized like Tim is close to you? Like
yeah.
proximity wise? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Tim was the like channel that I went back and watched every single video of his. And then I eventually watched every like short, like one of it's like his regular length videos. And then I started watching his live videos. And then I was like, wait, he said Phoenix, Arizona. And then like he was also talking about like making references to other cities in Arizona, because I thought he was like some guy out in Texas. And I was like, that's on my bucket list to go to Cigars Daily and meet the guy. And then I Googled it after that. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like 10 minutes away from my house. And so I do remember watching Tim for like a good few months. And then the Cigar Obsession, Brian Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
He was a really big, like he was like one of the biggest guys back then. And goodness, I think Insomniac, I used to watch his videos. But like they were like the main ones that were like consistently posting that I could remember off the top of my head.
That's pretty cool though. You know, watch somebody on a screen, then you realize this dude's 10 minutes away from me. I could probably go to his shop and meet him in person and, you know, get like a rundown.
Yeah, funny enough, the first few times I went to CD, like I was like, oh my gosh, I might meet him. I would go in, he wasn't there or he was busy or something like that. So I'd like go around the humidor, find things and like get recommendations from the staff there. Funny enough, I met his wife and became like a friend of hers before I even met Tim. Like I would walk in, she's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Terrence?" I'm like, "Allison, how you doing? How's everything going this week?" And eventually, she wasn't there, and I just remember Tim being in the humidor with the pin behind his ear, and he just staring very like intently at the wall of cigars in his humidor. This is at his last location, and he's just looking, and I know he's like deep in thought, so I kind of like lean over. I'm like, "Hey, Tim, not to bother you, but real big fan." And he's like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you." Shook my hand, talked to me, asked me what I like to smoke. And he's like, "Oh, you've been in a couple times. Yeah, Allison's talked about you before. Yeah. And then right shortly after that, pandemic happened. Shortly after that, Arizona didn't give a shit. So I was able to go to cigar lounges. And I ended up becoming a regular there, more than the regulars who were regulars before I became one started coming around. And so I was like, yeah. So I was the only one sitting there one afternoon. And Tim came by. He's like, "How you doing? How's everything?" I was like, "I'm good, man. I'm a little sad that the regulars don't show up as much as they used to." He was like, "Terrence, you're here every freaking Friday. You're the regular." And I was like, huh. Never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're
How
the
far
regular that the regulars ask about now. Yeah.
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 How far away was the last location? Because I've only been to your guys' like current location.
So the older location is probably about, honestly, it's within 5 miles of where we're at now.
Oh, so not very far.
Not very far, yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing he probably needed more space is the reason for the relocation, because you guys move a lot of cigars, a lot of volume.
A lot of volume, and funny enough, we've got in the space that we have now, we've got quite a few humidors, and we're still getting close to maxing it out. Like we're sometimes we'll get shipments, and we're like, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
How are we gonna make this work? And we finagle some things. We get some things sorted out. But yeah, it's we try not to keep too much in house, just because that would just be an inventory nightmare. I gotta count them all. But yeah, no, it's a lot of cigars.
Yep.
How often do you got to go through and inventory everything? Is it like quarterly or?
Quarterly.
Okay.
Quarterly.
How often do people steal stuff, dude? Because you go into some shops where they're watching you, and then I'm like, calm down. But if you wanted to steal stick, it probably wouldn't be very hard, you know? Because
So that's a question I try not to think about. I really like, sometimes somebody won't be up front or somebody won't be in the humidor, and we're all taking care of things like packing and picking and all of that stuff. But I just hope that like, we have a button on the front counter that you could press when you're ready to be rung up. So like, hopefully, I haven't really, like, nobody has ever done it, but like,
Yeah.
I try not to think about it too much. So
yeah,
it's
it's
I
probably
just think
best.
everybody who walks in has really great integrity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of the local shops around here in Connecticut, if they find you stealing, they'll like record the video. They'll find the footage and then put it all over social media and be like, "Hey, look at this guy! Took 5
Oh,
padrones last week," and then they just blast them. So he usually doesn't show up anymore. But that happens a lot around here. So scumbags, buy your cigars. We got a question from Jim. Anyone have experience with Padilla?
Nope.
No.
DVC.
I think
Hugo
he meant
sent me
say.
in Miami, but I haven't had it. I haven't had
I
it.
gotta Google this. I think I'm familiar with this.
I've had 1 or 2 of them. I can't really remember which ones. They were nothing special,
make-
nothing that stood out.
They make
No,
like
I
a
haven't had
lot
it
of
for
like
years.
real budget shit that you see in the back of like mail order. But then they make some good stuff apparently.
Mm.
P.
Hey
Diddy.
man, when you guys smoke a yard guard, and you know, I see people holding a cigar in their mouth, like, all right, doing stuff. And do you guys do that shit? I can't do that. How do you not breathe in the fucking smoke?
Yeah,
My problem is I get drooly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Salivating.
Yeah, dude. Bend over and it's like, damn, this doesn't look good.
I did that
Like,
today
how
with
do you
that.
Close
not
down
breathe
the
in
cigar.
smoke? Yeah, dude.
I was smoking that HVC Omotepe today while doing some like yard work. That's why my hands were all dirty when I took that picture and I put it up on Discord. And yeah, I had it in my mouth as I'm like pulling weeds and pulling bushes out and trimming stuff. And that fucking cigar was so gross, dude. It was not a good time, Mike. Thanks for sending that to me, buddy. I appreciate it.
I really enjoyed the middle section of that cigar. It was good.
No shot,
beginning-
dude.
The beginning was aggressive and the end was bad, but
Oh,
I enjoyed it. My review's coming out next Friday.
I
I think
didn't.
there's something
I
wrong with
didn't.
you.
No, dude. Hound Dog hated it too.
He
I
also
mean,
liked the middle of it.
yeah, no. Maybe they didn't put the middle in for me. They just left a really long first third and a really long final third. Because I got to the band and I was like, I'm done here. This is fucking. I was like inhaling pepper. Just thank God it's cold outside today, so it's keeping me warm. But fuck, man, that was brutal.
I'm
Dude, ever
interested to
since
see what Felipe gets from it. And
No,
Roger.
I'm probably gonna. Well, the thing is, ever since that Black Friday cigar, dude, I avoid that brand like a plague, dude. Like that thing's gonna sit in the humidor for a while.
Nice.
I love
Pepper's
hotcakes though. I will if I find hotcakes, I pick up like 5 of them. I really do enjoy those.
Yeah, that Black Friday, it was bad. It was just peppery enough for me. But Roger
Yeah.
hated it too, and Peter too. But
Fuck, dude. I'm all done with those. Don't send me any more, please. Nothing from
You gotta try it
HBC.
every year, bud.
No,
You gotta
I
try it
don't
every
have
year.
to. No,
I'm glad I know now. Let it sit for a bit. But
that Ometepe did not help that
He's-
blend at all.
Felipe, he's being a bitch. Just smoke it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck it, smoke it tonight as your second cigar. Fucking do it, Felipe.
It'll hold up.
You'd be fucking crying.
it's not cold enough for that, dude.
Oh goodness.
That was tough times. Hell yeah, send all your Cubans to Terrence.
Mhm.
There
I
we
don't
go.
have enough humidor space for that. Literally,
Just
I
borrow
wanna-
some
I
space
wanna-
at the shop.
Yeah, you got
That's
a locker.
supposed to-
You got a locker there, right?
No, I have. So I have our acrylic jar humidor. I have one full one on my desk, and I have a humidor bag with all the other cigars that either reps or like people give me as gifts. And then my home thermoelectric is stuffed to the gills right now. So like I could just like grab a bin and put it in one of our humidors and be like, oh, I'm gonna go grab one of my own cigars, but I would have to like respectfully decline at the moment. Like I usually don't want to turn down cigars, but I gotta smoke more. I gotta get up to like 7, 8 a day. I gotta go through my humidor. And especially with your bomb, Peter, like I had to rearrange my entire humidor to be able to fit all of it.
I had to stock you up, man. I had to get you those Dunbartons and Crown Heads you haven't had yet. So
Dude, some of those I've never spoken, by the way. Just letting you know.
come on, you gotta.
Man, some of those I just can't touch. I just can't.
Which one are you?
Which
is it the
ones?
Total Las Diaz?
That definitely the Todos Las Diaz. Then it's going to be like all the what is it, the Fallen Angels or the Lost Angels?
Mhm.
Like the one without a band that you sent me, you're like, oh, that's just from like 2019. I was like, I can't even find that by me. So
All right,
like
well, I got more of them. I'll send you another one of each so you can smoke through them and then
stop
keep
it.
those for you.
Stop. I'm running out of space.
Come on, man. They're to be
I'm gonna move
smoked.
into
right.
this house and have a couch made of cigars because everybody's hooking me up. Like, please.
I will send Terrence the preferred storage container I have. I'll just Amazon that shit to his house. Everybody
There
send
you
him
go.
cigars.
Load them
We're
up.
problem solvers here.
Yeah.
My phone's gonna blow up. What's your address, bro?
But speaking
James said
of-
he needs to see the picture. I'll pull it up somewhere.
Yeah. But speaking of like, working at the shop, do you get a chance at not necessarily helping them
Go
create
on.
blends, but do you get to test the blends that are coming in that eventually turn into like store exclusives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Except for the Dunbarton one.
Well, Steve does that solo, right? Am I correct? He makes a blend for a shop.
Yes. But so when Steve was out in October last month, he said he had 3 of our test blends with him, and he smoked one as soon as he walked through the door. And then he gave the other 2 to Tim, and Tim just, these are mine now. And so, like, there was no shot of me ever smoking one of those. But all of our other stuff, like, we have an exclusive coming out with Cavalier next year. I smoked that test blend. It was fantastic. The Diesel one, I smoked one of. Our Eartha by Oscar, actually, I smoked one of those very early on. And I do get the opportunity to get a lot of probably shouldn't say this, but we're still in the middle of working on a new American Viking blend. We got some samples in, and he had all of us stop what we were doing, and smoked the first third with him. And he was like, what do you guys think? Like, is this it? I love this cigar. It tastes amazing, this, that, the other. And I was able to give my input. And so he went on and started doing more work with the factory to get more things added or removed and whatnot. But like, I actually had a say in like the lineage of where Cigars Daily, or sorry, American Viking is going. So that was a really cool experience as well.
Yeah. I know you technically can't say which one's your favorite, right? They're all your favorite. You enjoy most of them, right? But if you had a store exclusive that's come out in the past few years, like which one would you say is at the top of the pile for you?
So if I had to name a favorite, probably Flat Earth Robusto. And that's the Oscar Valadares.
Oscar.
Yeah. It has the Corojo wrapper and I think it's called the Copan leaf on the interior that just makes it taste like caramel the entire cigar. And I just think it's pretty smooth and just really enjoyable. You can smoke the band, and yeah, I don't repeat a lot of cigars very often unless it's like a bronze back or like a Nica Rustica or El Rey del Mundos. But I have found myself going back to that cigar probably about once or twice a week.
I believe you sent me that cigar. I think you did.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I got to check. I got a little baggie with, it says Terrence on it. I got to check, but I think you sent me that one. I've never smoked an Oscar still to this day.
Very Honduran. A lot of his stuff is Honduran puros. Very vibrant. And I think a lot of his cigars have a very, very nice, smooth quality to them that I don't get from a lot of other manufacturers. So I think it'd be worth a shot.
Sure. Like Honduran, I always think Eladio. Is it Eladio, same kind of flavor profile, that kind of earthiness to it?
Yeah, like a earthy, sooty, kind of like dirt-like flavor note, but still really smooth, not a whole lot of pepper on retro. And like even through his like Leaf by Oscar line or his 2012 lines, I think that you get like a, depending on the wrapper, like a cinnamon that's just way different of a flavor delivery than you would get from something else with cinnamon.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's check in on the cigar because I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm in the middle of the second, third probably, or getting there.
Halfway.
I'm a little bit before the halfway point. I'm a slow smoker.
How's it going for everybody? Terrence, you getting anything different flavor-wise, profile-wise?
Still like off retro, like first initial blast is like a little bit of nuttiness. I am now getting what you were saying by that baking spice, and it's just very just
sprinkled.
It just kind of sprinkled in there, and a little bit more espresso on the draw for me. But other than that, still really smooth and like a milk-like flavor, like smoke texture. Creamy, okay. I guess I could say.
Yeah. Felipe, any changes for you?
Yeah, getting that baking spice note that you guys were talking about, and a little bit of like sweetness as well, a little bit of honey, and it's delicious, man.
Roger, changes for you?
Not too many changes. It's now like toasty. You get like a toasty nuttiness. I'm still getting that like weird grape through the retro. If I just blow it out on my palate, I'm getting a little bit of that, like what earlier you guys said was like a caramel, but it's not really caramel. It's the only thing I could click in my head. But I like it so far. It's really good.
Yeah, Mike?
Not a whole lot of changes other than like the addition of that a little bit of spice that you guys were talking about. The draw is a little bit earthier than it was before. I'm still getting not great, but something kind of tart on the retro and on the finish, but it's not dominant in the profile. It's subtle.
Okay.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
A whole lot, yeah.
I think there's a nutmeg baking spice kind of thing that's still at the forefront for me, which is really nice. Still no pepper. It's got a little bit of that leather coffee earthiness to it, but it's very faint. And I'm still getting like a little bit of vanilla, like a vanilla bean in there. It's not very strong, but it's very well balanced. That's what I'll say about the cigar. Like all of the flavors are just perfectly even throughout, and this is a really good cigar. I'm really enjoying it.
Great balance. Like every like every flavor has its little bit of time on stage, and it's nothing stays too long, and everything just feels welcome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the smoke was a little denser, a little thicker. It's kind of wispy, you know, it leaves quickly, and I feel like I'm not pulling enough out, but the draw is fine, but it's just a very arid texture right now.
Mm-hmm.
But so for Cigars Daily, do you have any input on maybe bringing in new brands? Have you ever whispered into like Tim's ear, "Hey man, you ever think about bringing in, you know, so and so, or you know, you should check these guys out"? I know you're the Tim's shop, and you know, but you got to have like whispers, right?
I so every month we do a report, and it's like, what have people been asking for? Like what like things? It's almost like a suggestion box, right? And I put the brands that people are looking for specifically on there, and then he'll take a look at it. He'll take that information to himself, and then the one brand that I fight for more than anything in my humidor or our humidor is Crowned Heads.
Mm.
And he like looks at me and then just looks away. And like it's a brand that he had in the past, and he says that it's on his radar and it's something that he's looked into, but I don't know how far he's gotten into that. And it's just one of those brands that I would just love to just be able to just walk in there and grab a couple.
Sure.
But yeah, I haven't been able to coax that. But yeah, other than that, if you guys have any like questions or recommendations for us to bring in, it's something that that I'd be able to put on that spreadsheet and put that information in front of him. But other than that, it's kind of up to him and his business partner when it comes in.
Sure. I mean, it's got to make dollar sense to him. I'm sure, you know, he's very diligent about where all the money's going and kind of covering what people want. Is the online completely separate to what people are buying in shop? Like, do you notice they're like the walk-in people tend to gravitate to more legacy stuff, or they'll try the newer stuff? And is the online more everyone's trying the stuff that's getting released? Like, is there a breakdown of that?
Yeah. So primarily our biggest mover is just factory smokes, right? Like we're
Sure.
like in store, online, people will get as many factory smokes as to their heart's content. And that's just like what, like by volume, like by the number of sticks that we go through, that is like the fastest mover. But outside of that, like the people who just come in and just smoke random things, they'll probably just stick to the legacy stuff. And then unless they know Tim or me or the guys working there, or watch the videos, then they're going to be looking for the new exclusives or whatever new comes in. And then online, it's usually whatever video comes out or what we're talking about on our lives, or yeah, just whatever's like newer that comes out. And that's what we see, get the more influences on the online stuff.
Gotcha. And AZ said he's not going to send you a package anymore because you said he got no space, man.
Okay.
He would ruin you, man.
He would destroy me, bro. Like I would smoke 3 of those, and I'm like, oh, I'm throwing away everything, bombs and grenades to everybody. I'm getting
probably
into
never
Cubans.
be able to smoke cigars anymore. Start looking for
Yeah.
Cubans.
But Greg said he's going to send you one for Christmas. He's going to throw one in your
Okay.
pack.
It's cool, man. Greg is dope.
Hey,
Greg is
Greg's the
great.
one who got me my D4 that actually smoked. So if anyone can get you a good Cuban, especially a Partagas D4, it's Greg, man, because I was 0-3, yeah, before he sent that one. So, and it was a great cigar. Appreciate that, Greg.
All right, I'll accept it from Greg.
There you go. The shop is not 24. Like, do you have 24/7 access like some lounges, or is it mostly just business hours?
Monday through Saturday, and I'm there from like 7:45, 7:50 to 6 o'clock. But we're technically open from 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
And if they need my help, I'll definitely go on a day off. But I don't have 24-hour access. I go get the job done when I can, and then come back the next day if I need to.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of like people taking stuff, because I know my lounge after 10 p.m. it's members only can be in there. You got like a key fob, whatever, you can get in and out, and they got so many cameras in there. It's like honor system. So if like you go in the humidor, I'm pretty sure the cameras just start tracking you and they know what you picked up, and you'll get charged on your card or whatever. Because I don't think members. Hopefully, if you're a member of a lounge, you're not stealing from that lounge. But yeah, I'm sure there's some shitty people out there.
Yeah, no, we don't have a locker system. We don't have a membership or a club or anything like that. We keep it just pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. Ben's asking if there will be any Black Friday stuff there. Are you going to participate? Are you buying anything on your radar?
I shouldn't, but probably will.
It's not what he asked. He didn't say if you should.
I know.
We all know we shouldn't.
I probably will. I have a place that is going to be. Actually, no, I can't say that out loud. No, never mind. But I'm on a cigar. After last week, I'm on a cigar no buy until next year. But I'll probably have to break that for Black Friday. And I should probably go to my jeweler and look at rings. That's probably what I'll be trying to look for.
Just buy a cheaper ring and then just buy more cigars, bro.
Damn, Roger, not like that, bro.
Just kidding.
I mean, he's not wrong, right? Like if I spend the same amount.
Hold on.
Oh, I think you're.
Something happened.
Oh, I had to mute him for a second.
Huh? That's weird.
Oh, yeah, either your mic's going or something's going. Yep. Jump out and then jump back in, or reboot something over there. But we got a question here. I can't decide on the that Gloria Brazil or the Red Meat Lovers beef stick.
Nice. I think he went beef stick.
All right.
Beef stick is that's my least favorite. It's peppery as hell.
It's like
yeah. Reload the web page. Come back out and come back in. I'll pop you out. There we go. Did he go beef stick? We missed this one.
Yeah.
I would go Red Meat Lovers.
Yeah, he went beef stick.
Yeah.
Beef stick is a small one, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's
No, it's a
beef stick is
the thinner ring gauge.
Yeah.
It's long and
It's like a
skinny.
Lancero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bigger than one.
All right, let's check it out. Nope.
Oh shit, that's
Oh,
weird.
no.
Nope.
It happened when he the camera moved, so I wonder if he tapped something.
You hit something.
Yeah. Oh. Terrence, let me mute him. I'll bring him back in so you can hear me. Just restart everything, bro. Restart and come back in when you got a second.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Yeah, the beef stick is the thinner ring gauge one, the smaller size. And Felipe, you 3D printed. Was that a ring gauge finder today?
Yeah. Speaking of Black Friday, I convinced my wife to let me get a 3D printer, and I'm just printing just random stuff. So I was like, I want to print one of those gauges just to, it's nice to nerd out about that stuff, and it was pretty cool.
It's really cool. I'm printing one right now as we speak too. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. I want one of those. Well, on one side, it's like a ruler, so it's got a measurement, so you can see the length of the cigar. And then on the other side of it, it's got all the different sizes. You just put your cigar in there and figure out what the ring gauge is. Pretty crafty.
I thought it'd be cool, when I send out bombs and stuff, just to include stuff like that in it. It's nice little gadget.
You got to get your logo in there or something. Scribe it. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Better? No.
It's good.
Better.
No, it's good.
Good.
It's fixed.
Good. Wait.
Okay.
Roger was
It
over
was the
here.
girl comment, bro. You see? It was the girl hurt. She fucking sabotaged it, dude. She was
Hey,
like,
she DDoSed me, bro. She
Yeah.
denied the
EMP.
service. She was like,
Keep in mind, Terrence, don't listen to me when it comes to relationship stuff, bro. I sleep on the couch every
Dude.
day, so every night, bro. So don't.
Roger's
You
barely
sleep on the
married.
barely married.
All these sheds, I make it sound like I work out here, but I sleep in them every now and then.
Yeah, but Yeah, so I just don't have a lot of space, so I don't think I should be Black Friday shopping as much as I should be, or as much as I want to.
It's all right. There's always next year, right? Can't get
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
See, I agree with the beef stick. It's my least favorite of the red meat lovers. I prefer the ribeye and the porterhouse. Those are my favorite.
Yep.
The filet mignon that you sent me was by far my favorite.
Yeah. See,
And
all
that's
the
the little
cigars
guy,
I
right?
send people are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Roger always says my cigars taste better too.
I think you licked them or something, dude. You're doing something to them.
That peat. Oh no, I was gonna say. Sounds gross, bro.
Some baby oil.
Mm,
Right? You prep some.
yeah. Is the audio good?
Mhm.
I hear a little buzzing. Anyone else hear that? Can you talk, Terrence? Oh, I can't hear you.
No,
Nope,
it's just
it's dead.
buzzing.
It's got to be the audio. You might just have
You know,
to.
Felipe did say when you knocked it earlier, that's when it like I don't know where just when you hit something.
Maybe it's half plugged in.
Maybe. He's got the DJI thing, right? Yep. Hold on. I have you muted. Talk.
How about now?
We're
Oh,
good.
Not as good. I know for a fact it's not as good, but just gonna use my headphones.
All right. We're fine.
Works.
We're
bro.
good.
Alrighty.
What happened? Was it not charged or something?
It's fully charged, yeah. Yeah, I have
Just
full
like-
battery on it. I just don't know what's going on.
I fucking hate when audio shit starts happening or videos. So many of like my earlier live streams, like I'm skipping or freaking break. It's so frustrating, man. But it happens. Dude.
Yeah, I listened to that first one I was on, and it's awful. I was just like using my earbuds or my laptop or something. It's just garbly and shit. It's the worst.
It's not good. We got
You know
a
what?
question.
I just realized I'm not using my regular cord for this, so that could be it. It's an old USB-C cable that I had laying around because I couldn't find the cord that came with it. So that could probably be the reason why.
Yeah.
Probably. But we got a question here, guys. In your opinion, what makes the difference between a really good cigar and a great cigar? You can take that one first, Terrence.
Toasted coconut. I will if I get that flavor note out of any cigar, it instantly becomes like an A S tier. Like it could taste like dirt and feet for the first third, but if I'm in that second third and I get a toasted coconut, I will get a lot of them. And that's just like a flavor note that I strive for out of some, and I get it mostly out of like broadleaf or like even some barrel aged stuff that I've gotten that flavor note from. But that is a flavor note that I chase the dragon for very frequently.
I mean, do you remember the first cigar you got that note and you were just like, holy shit, what is that?
Yeah, it was a Camacho Factory Unleashed 3. It has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper on it. And then after that, it was that Diesel Boxer Grail where I got like, it was like a clay mixed with the toasted coke. It was super weird, but I probably smoked almost 100 of those.
Gotcha. What about you, Roger? Like, what's the difference when you find
So
one
for
that hits?
me, I would think a great cigar is sweetness. Like if it's got a ton of sweetness, it's like really flavorful, and the smoke texture. For me, if it's like, because some cigars taste really good, but they're kind of harsh, like on the retro, and not spice. It's just like I don't know if the smoke's just too thick. But when it's like creamy smoke, dude, I just love that, man. That would make it like a killer cigar for me.
What about you, Mike?
I mean, I've had plenty of like really good cigars that have like one or two flavor notes that I really enjoy. Like I like a good funk. I like sweetness on stuff sometimes, but like a great cigar is when it's like I like complexity in cigars, right? I like a number of different notes like that when they're balanced well, all just kind of give you an overall great experience. Like I can have a really good cigar that I really enjoy, but it's kind of straightforward, and I'm like, oh, that was really good. It's the complex ones that I really enjoy.
Nice.
Yeah, Felipe, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, as far as notes, I love like that graham cracker note, and then as funky as it can get. I love those two things. But same thing as Mike, like if it's well balanced, right? Like I don't love pepper, but if the pepper is well balanced, the cigar gets an experience versus just smoking something that tastes dull the whole time. I can appreciate that, even if the notes aren't for me. Like the last one we smoked had a lot of pepper for me, but it was a good cigar. Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, I like chocolate notes, baking spices notes. I like when everything's balanced well. But if I'm smoking a cigar and I'm like, wow, this is really good, I'll definitely pick this up again. Like that for me sticks in my head. But if I'm smoking a cigar and it's just good the whole way through, and I find myself on my phone going, where do I buy more of these? Like that's when you know a cigar is so freaking good. You haven't finished it yet and you're already trying to buy more. Like, you know, a good cigar, if I see it in the humidor when I'm shopping, I'll pick up one or two. But if I'm smoking a cigar and it's just hitting, I'm buying it as I'm smoking it. It's like I need more of these like now, not tomorrow, like now. And you know, the last cigar that happened to me was probably the Martinique. I smoked that cigar. I brought it out for the second cigar if we're going to smoke another one. And I was like, this cigar is so freaking good. I'm buying more right now. Like because I know they're hard to get too. So I just jump on them. It's a great cigar.
You buy a box and then they tank halfway through. You're like, the cigar sucks now.
Hey, you roll the dice, baby. You roll the dice.
It's part of the game.
It's like you go to your favorite restaurant and you always order that same meal and it's usually good. And then that one time you show up and it's not good, you're like, fuck. And then the next time you go there, it's like, well, there's that one time I had it. I don't know if I'm going to order it again, but it was good 12 other times that you had it. So, you know, maybe the chef called out that day. You got the backup guy.
It's not good when you bring friends to try, dude. That's when it's not good.
That happened to me one time. I had a really good steak from a Denny's one night.
What?
I know. It sounds sacrilege, right? They had a garlic. It was like a garlic peppercorn sirloin or something like that at Denny's. And I had it one night at like 2 a.m. and I was like, this is like a top tier like steak. And then I went back because I convinced my friends to come along with me. I'm like, bro, it's like a $15 steak. Like it's not crazy impossible, like expensive. Just trust me. And I got one too, and it was just didn't hit the same. So like I think I was the one guy one night the chef was like, somebody actually ordered that. They like took his time, made it perfectly medium well. Everything. And then when we all got our steaks the next time we went back, they were all like, well.
Damn.
Like the flavor wasn't the same, even though they used the same butter. I was like, okay, yeah.
Or he was at the end of the shift. He was about to go home, and they're like, "Hey, man, we got an order for a steak." And he was like, "Fuck,
5 steaks." He's like, "Fuck these guys."
He's like, "Don't they know that's 6 minutes per side?" Ah.
I've had some good steaks from Sizzlers, man. Or maybe it's just nostalgia for me. Do you guys have Sizzlers out there?
No.
I know Terrence might, right?
The last Sizzlers that I remember closed down. There might be some in like different areas away from me, but I don't think I ever had a steak from there.
Maybe it's just nostalgia for me.
I didn't know Denny's had steaks, to be honest. I'm gonna have to next time I go there, I'm gonna be like, do I roll the dice? And I'll just call you right after Terrence and be like, you fucking lied to me.
Sometimes
it's for me. Don't push the evil on me, Ricky Bobby. It was only a one-time thing.
Well, that's like cigars, right? Everyone loves the bronze back. You send Roger one, he shits all over it. It's like, come on, man. It's a fucking good cigar. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, dude, it's funny how that sometimes you just need that, man. Like you get nostalgia. Like some guys are just bougie though, man. I like sending pictures of my Little Caesar Saturday pizzas to the guys, and they always laugh.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I've never been in the trenches enough for me. If you don't like Little Caesars, man.
You can't. I don't even know if we have Little Caesars in Connecticut. I'm pretty sure it's outlawed.
That's what happens when you live in the best pizza in the country. So
that's how I go to a different tax bracket when I ask them how far away their closest Little Caesars is. For me, I could walk to mine and I'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Yo, Terrence, you want the regular again?" But if I'm in like Scottsdale, which is like our 90210 area, I got to drive 15 minutes outside of the Scottsdale area to get a Little Caesars, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I shouldn't be out here.
Yeah, I got one like 4 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting.
Like Peter said, they don't even have them in their area, bro. That's how.
They're not
That's how
allowed in
upset.
Connecticut, bro. Pizza's too good here. Anybody revisit the LFD 30th? I know I bought a 5-pack and I still got 4 looking at me in my LFD Tupperware. I'm in no rush.
I haven't even had one. All the places out here by me, I was like, so when you guys going to be getting the 30th? They're like, maybe. And so I'm just kind of waiting for them to roll out here.
It's not a good cigar. It's not. LFD does not do that well. Whatever they were trying to do with that blend, it did not work. Yeah. You have any thoughts on it, Mike? Where that cigar went wrong?
I don't know, man. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't $30 good either. I'm glad I bought one.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy a fucking box. Remember how close I was?
Yeah,
Dude, you were talking about it.
dude.
Yeah.
I had it reserved.
Oh,
I had the
damn.
box reserved, and then they forgot I reserved it, and they sold. The customers came in and they sold some singles out of the box, and I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll pick up a 5-pack, and then I'll try to find a box." Thank fucking God, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just hoping it was going to be like, an LFD bowl. I was just hoping for it, but it did not work out. What's up, Sid?
Hey, what's up?
I'm really enjoying this cigar. Like the flavors aren't really transitioning a lot. Speaking of like an LFD bowl, like it's just that cigar doesn't transition for me. It's like good flavor notes throughout, but it's like consistently good flavor notes. Like there's nothing that throws that cigar off for me. I'm kind of getting the same vibe here. It's like at startup, it was pretty much similar. Like the notes are interchanging. Like I'll get more nutmeg, and then I'll get more like espresso, and then I'll get a little more vanilla, but it's pretty balanced throughout. You guys having a similar experience?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the same flavors, shuffling mostly. The nuttiness definitely wanes and waxes. Is that the right way? Where it comes by and leaves and comes by and leaves. It's like a drive-by nuttiness. But yeah, no, it's just the shuffling of the flavors, and I'm just really enjoying the delivery of them.
A drive-by of nuttiness. I like that.
Drive-by nutting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a different flavor note, bro.
No, it's about the same. You guys don't get a little salty butter on this either, no? Okay, that's just me then.
We don't do that in Connecticut either. I don't know whatever that is, but we don't.
Y'all mean to tell me y'all don't got Little Caesars or drive-bys in Connecticut? I ain't never going, man.
Listen, not in Peter's neighborhood. Maybe mine.
That's not true. I've been to Felipe's neighborhood. It's pretty nice over there.
That's not true. He had his gun in his hand and everything, man.
I'm just gonna drive and throw the box out of the window of my truck next time I go to your house. It feels like it's been unbanded every day, huh? It's like we've done what 5 lives in like a week and a half.
Facts. Yeah.
It's been fun,
Yep.
man.
And it's not over because Tuesday we're going to be doing Unbanded. So
Yes.
get your cigars in your dry box because Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. And then what do we got? We got some parties this week, so we can't push it later. Our wives are going to kill us. Some other podcasts go Friday. Another one goes Wednesday, so we don't want to bump heads with them. We'll be going
Mondays.
That's right. That's right. Well, we definitely don't want to compete with Cigars Daily on a Monday. That's for sure.
You want to lose or
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh goodness.
That live is the pinnacle right now. That's the top live stream in the cigar industry, correct?
I believe so. Yeah. It's funny enough. We had Jeremy Sires on last week, and I kind of, rather than like interjecting as much as I always do, I let Tim and Jeremy talk a bit more, and then I turned the camera to me and Billy when they wanted to smoke on camera. And apparently there was a bunch of comments that were like, Terrence looks out of his element. He looks mad. Why is he pissed off right now? This isn't his best show. And I was like, I thought I was fine. Do I just have what is that? RFB? Or
Resting
RBF.
bitch face.
Yeah, I was just like I was just kind of I was working. I was making sure I did the camera stuff all right.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to let your guests speak, right? Can't be the
Mhm.
Terrence show.
Mhm. How
It
many
is
live
definitely
viewers do you
not.
guys average like during the show?
Ooh, about depends on what football game is on. So if it's not football season, we can get anywhere between 5 to 6. 550
Six.
is usually like a regular viewing for us. If it's a really like interesting game on football, we might be like 450 to 5. And
That's good.
and then just of course we upload it as a podcast everywhere, so that just gets more views and people watch Tuesday mornings. But those live viewers, it's usually around the 550 mark. And then if we have like Steve Saka or Oliva Nick, then those numbers just skyrocket
That's
as well,
insane.
just because people love those guys. And we only have so many people from the industry that we allow on the show, just because there's been some very peculiar guests that we had in the past. So we were just like, all right, we're just gonna keep it to the core group, and then whenever we can have one of our people from our short list of guests, then it's just a banging on all cylinders, just a rocking night.
Yeah. That chat is crazy.
Dude,
Maintaining
can you
that
imagine,
chat.
bro?
I don't look at it. It's on a completely different like section from what I do on my computer. So I've never like looked at the chat unless like Billy nudges me and points at the comments, and I was just like, oh, that's crazy, or oh, that's funny. But other than that, like I've seen it go, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can't read that fast.
Yeah. I think Mike gets in there early, tries to say some inappropriate stuff to get your attention, and then hopes
Yeah.
you see it.
Mhm.
Typical
You gotta
Mike
address
behavior.
Billy. You gotta say, "Hey, Billy," and then what you want to say, because he'll
Yeah, you
stop
gotta
on
call
it.
him, like CEO Billy, please tell Terrence or whatever the hell, and he might pull it up. I know Mike's gotten up on the screen a couple times. I think you were on there once, Peter. I can't remember.
Yeah. A while ago. Yeah. I got on. I don't remember what it was about, but it's always fun to try to get your attention on that show. But man, that is the gold standard right now. One day, boys, we'll get there. One day.
Like and subscribe, everybody watching.
Yeah. To Cigars Daily, which I'm sure everyone watching this is definitely.
I was talking about Unbanded.
Well, yeah, they're already here. Hopefully they're
Too.
subscribed up. Yeah. Hopefully they're already subscribed here. Yeah. So what do we think? Should we go into the cigar? Do we want to break down maybe some components, price point? We got any guesses on a blend?
Let's do. I'm down for either the breakdown of components or the price point.
Okay.
I'll throw that up to you.
Do you want to ballpark it? What you think this cigar would be worth? Like what in a humidor, like the experience you're getting, the tobaccos, like where do you think this would be placed price wise?
I would say this is going to be an over $16 stick if I had to guess. Just the
That's correct.
performance. I haven't touched it up very much. The draw's really good. Like this is warranting I'm only saying 16 because like that's an expensive cigar for me, but it could easily be over 20. And I've also had some $20 cigars that didn't perform as well either, but I would say plus 16.
Okay. Felipe, Roger, you guys got a guess on price point?
I would say it's like $20 as well.
Okay. What do you think, Roger?
I have no idea, dude. I'm always wrong with this crap, dude. Make myself look worse.
It's true. And Mike
Just
already
wait
knows what
for
it is.
Felipe or one of you guys to say it, and then I'll just jump on that. So yeah, $20.
Yeah.
Think around $20.
It's just north of 20. Like you can find it around 20, 21, around there.
Okay.
And then
Do we want to take a guess on wrapper or anything?
Habano 2000
Bono
or
2000.
Corojo.
Okay.
I think if I had to guess, I think it has Dominican fillers and Ecuadorian wrapper.
Does have Dominican fillers. And the wrapper is Ecuadorian.
There we go.
The binder is Mexican.
I can't think of anything right now.
I know Cigars Daily does not carry this cigar because I wanted to get a cigar that was not in the humidor that you had a chance to smoke it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this isn't something that that I can assimilate to anything. This is a very unique experience, so I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Can I give a hint?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's there's kind of a legend of the industry blended this.
I know. Okay, I definitely know what this is, but
Oh gosh, a legend of the
Ooh.
industry.
Okay. Let's tier it right now before we go any further. If you had to put a Peter scale on this, S through F, what would you rate your experience so far? Roger, what do you got?
Hey, I liked it the whole way through. It barely starting to dip off now. I'm getting like a lot of leather and now like more strong espresso, a little bit of pepper, or more like that baking spice you guys were talking about maybe. But hey, dude, I liked it.
Yeah. What do you got, Mike?
When it was fresh, B, like try one. But like now with it being aged a year, like A. Can I name that flavor note that it had when
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
first smoked it? The fucking thing tasted like Flintstones vitamins. It was weird.
And they're great.
And there's a little bit of that like tartness left over from that, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting, but it was weird as hell to smoke through last time. And now it doesn't have that at all. It's delicious.
It had a tartness chalkiness to it that was so upfront in that first third, and it just ruined that smoking experience. And then it went away like into the second and final third, which all of these notes came out, which was great. So not to have that experience in the first third, like for me, bumps up the grade too. So
For sure.
what would you give it, Felipe?
yeah, I'd give it a solid A. Delicious.
Did you guys
Terrence?
smoke this size?
It only comes in this size.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give it, Terrence?
Also an A. This is a fun smoke. I like it. Like it's not crazy dynamic, but the flavors and the delivery were just really good the entire time. And I have no complaints, and I'd pick up a few. Yeah, I'd probably get a 5-pack or something of that from these.
Well, I don't think you can anymore because it's an LE.
I can find them.
You can find them. You can find
I
them.
can
but
find them.
I'm sure they're out there, but it was an LE. There was only a certain amount of boxes made. I don't know if it discloses how many were made.
I remember you guys talking about this. I can't remember the cigar, but I clearly remember Mike talking about the Flintstone vitamins on a cigar.
Yeah, yeah. That's
14
such a
You were
weird.
getting the grape note because you had the grape one out of the Flintstone gum or vitamins when you grew up the most.
Yeah.
I love
It's
them all.
1,400 boxes were made.
Okay,
So should we get into the reveal?
please.
Let me hide that comment. All right.
All right. What does Felipe think it is?
Oh yeah, Felipe, what do you think it is?
Got to have a
think it's-
Cameroon wrapper.
It's Eladio Diaz 70. Let's
Nailed it.
freaking go, bro.
Mm,
And
Daniel in
I
the
only
comments
remember-
wrote that. Dude,
Mac guessed that. Yeah. Like
Okay.
halfway into the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he figured that out, where we were at, but
Mac's a stalker, bro. I glazed over that. I was like, no fucking way he knew this cigar.
I only
it was
remember that
freaking good,
because,
dude.
yeah, in the notes that you guys were saying and how it's gotten better. Because I remember that unique Flintstones. No, I think that's the only cigar you've said you've gotten that on. So it's pretty.
because it's weird, dude.
Yeah. And when you said a legend, I'm like, okay, definitely.
I wanted to say Eladio Diaz because he's been releasing a few different things this year, and these is kind of fresh on my mind. But then, no, but I would have never guessed the cigar. But this thing is
The
freaking good.
71st is out now, I guess. It's got like
Yes.
a brown box.
They just released the 71st, yeah. And now that I'm smoking this one and getting a better experience, I wasn't gonna go get that one, at least a single, considering the first time I smoked it, I didn't have a great experience. But seeing as how this one is way better than that one, I'll probably go out and at least just get a single of the 71st and see what that's about.
Yeah.
Does this have aged tobacco on it?
I'm sure it
I would
does.
guess.
I'm sure it does. The Half Wheel article, I'm not going to read it on camera, but let me go to the breakdown here at the bottom.
Yeah, just read us word for word everything Hap will said, Peter.
Right.
You don't want my
Slowly.
voice doing that. You
Let
want
those read
Felipe's
along.
voice doing
Oh
that.
yeah, we'll get Felipe on that shit.
I can't
You should
read
do
too.
audio books, Felipe.
It's
I'll
funny
do
because
it.
before you said that, Daniel guessed it too, and I was like, "Dang, that's crazy. These guys know their shit, dude."
Yep.
Yeah, he said he found out as soon as he said 1,400 boxes.
Yep. Damn. Well, there it is. A tier, baby. I'm glad it got good rating for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. And that was really good. Or this cigar I lit up is really bad because it tastes really bad.
What is it?
What did you light up?
It's a Martinez Patrimonio.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Get that shit out of here, bro.
It tastes like
If you're
burnt
watching,
charcoal.
Mr.
dude.
Martinez, I'm sorry.
It's hard to follow up that cigar, okay? Yeah.
Damn. That's a tough one. This is a tough stick to follow. Like, I'm gonna keep going on this.
Yeah, I still got basically a third to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time on this. It's so good.
Yeah. I have not smoked the snake yet. It is up this week. It's in the dry box. Carpy has had it.
Review will come out Saturday.
You want to give it a little bit? Should people look for it?
It's better than the drag. Grab a single and try it out. It's a very expensive cigar.
$62 Lancero, yeah.
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 You might
that thing's
love
a
it.
Lancero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people might love it. I thought it was good. I'm not gonna buy another one though. Like it's not, to me, it's not $62 good twice.
Yeah, well, I'll fucking smoke it. Hopefully it's good because I got a box of them.
What's up, John?
I'll send you one, Roger. I'll get one out to you.
Cool, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. What's up, John? Hopefully your back's feeling better, dude.
Godspeed, John.
This was way better than the unicorn we smoked yesterday on Burning Benji's. I'll say that much.
What was it? Was it rated at the end? I didn't catch that.
I think it got a B tier.
Yeah, try it to say you've tried it, but don't buy a box. Like fuck.
Yeah.
The
And
unicorn was good though.
I found out that the one I smoked and Matt came from the same pack from Tony Lorenco. He sent those to us. He messaged me later. He said that one has about 9 months of age on it. So the one I smoked that had the 2 years of age was way different, way better. Like that was S tier for me. That was a fantastic cigar. But revisiting it, 9 months, I don't know if the blend has changed or whatnot, but it wasn't as good. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why, like, when I found out you guys were going to be doing the Bahiques for the season or series finale, whatever Johnny wants it to be.
Fucking John.
That's why I was like, if you guys could guarantee that you all got Bahiques from the same, like, either box or, like, year, then that would make everybody's experience a little bit more unanimous. Kind of like how with the Ometepe, like, they all dropped at the same time and everybody had them for the same amount of time. I think that would help with like the unanimous experience. But also, I think coming from both perspectives, you have some people who had it with more age, some people have a fresher one. So if somebody does decide to burn the Benji eventually, then they know how long they should probably sit on it and whatnot, because it is an expensive cigar.
Yeah. Yeah. We are sourcing a box from AZ. He's getting us a box. So they will all be examples from one box, which is cool. Like, hopefully we all have the same experience with that cigar. So if there's one guy, yeah, that's why I went to AZ. I was like, listen, can you get us a box? You know, we're going to obviously pay for it, but I want to make sure it comes from a reputable place. We don't have to question is this real or not? Like, you're the guy for that. So he's getting us the Bahiques, and we'll at least know they're real. Whether they're good or not, we'll find out. Yeah. I got to get past all the guesses here. Yes, you do, Texas. You deserve whiskey and a cigar. I can't believe they guessed that 70th.
That's wild. Like Max, it was like, I don't know, 35 minutes into the show. He's like, Elation 70th. and then he corrected Eladio. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
I was so mad when I
It's
read that. I was
crazy,
like,
dude.
this fucking guy.
Just delete this
Unbelievable.
comment. Just delete it.
Just from looking at it, right? Like that's crazy,
I'm
dude.
just gonna ban Mac. He's done.
Have you smoked any of the unicorns, Terrence?
I haven't had a Moistra and I haven't had the Brulee Blue, but I did smoke the Mi Querida Black.
What'd you think?
I thought it was on point. It was very, very good. But I still like the Saka Khan more. If I were to be 100% honest, and I think I said it to Tim, because Tim and me smoked it on somewhat together on a video. And I was like, I prefer like the stoutness that the Saka Khan provides. And the unicorn was just like very crisp, but like a short finish. And so I wanted to puff on it more, but I was like, I don't want to waste this $100. I don't want to just puff it down super quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. And at that time, that was the cigar that gave me the really got me like personally really close to that $100 smoking experience. After that, then it was the Ometepe, just with my personal experience with it. And so those two cigars I would say are going to be as close to worth the money as possible.
Peter,
that
you got
me-
that sexy YouTube Shorts voice?
Yeah.
Dude, the only reason they sound like that is because I'm filming them at night. I don't want to wake up anyone in the house. I'm like, so this cigar has
Nice.
Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper.
I keep coming home to packages.
Oh, that sounds weird when you say it like that.
Felipe's been voice coaching you?
Yeah. When we go to the lounge, he gives me lessons. He's like, no, deeper,
Yeah.
deeper, Peter. I was like,
Oh,
More soothing, more soothing.
y'all got the back. All right, shit. Deeper, Peter.
I'm never going to a lounge again.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that was perfect.
I'm so mad.
Oh,
I'm so mad.
man.
That's worse than the blue waffle.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
So when I cut that and send it to you, you're gonna make that into an unbanded short, right?
Deeper, Peter. Deeper.
Hilarious.
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking made
Every-
Felipe uncomfortable. He was like, wait a minute, dude, I've never
make
seen
him
that.
uncomfortable. What about my feelings, Roger? What about my feelings? Well, Sosa, they did that. Placencia is making those, right? That's what they're doing Lanceros, and then they have the center coffin with that.
Yeah.
Yo, Terrence is dying.
It's still not gonna trick me into buying a box.
Ah. It was mediocre. It was mediocre.
I like it, man. I mean, not for $100, right? But sometimes, like, if you got FOMO, that shit's gone away. Because in the beginning, I used to see not if it was expensive, but a really sought after cigar, and you think, oh, if it's that sought after, it's that expensive, it's gonna be great. And it's like, then you find out that's not true. But
Very rarely is that true.
mhm.
Yeah.
The more we smoke these Benjis and cigars that are north of $20-$30, it's like, there's a similar cigar that does this in the $20 range.
Yeah.
And the
I'm
more
beginning
Johnny
to
falls
think-
in love with them, dude.
Yeah. I'm beginning to think most cigars like don't spend over $25 on it. It's not gonna be worth it.
Yeah. Ah.
Mhm.
No, dude. Not want to yell at my kids, that's for sure.
I'd like to hear that voice.
See, this is why I don't want kids. I don't like yelling at people. I'm not even like a good management material. I don't like, hey, you probably shouldn't. No, I don't think you should do that. I'd like, no, thank you. Kids don't sound like the business.
God damn it. The hashtag is living up to it now.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Did anyone get that for Discord? Hell yeah, dude, it's gonna be over there.
Oh man.
so Terrence, any desire to start making content cigar wise? Like, have you had the itch at all? Because I mean, you're in the industry, you know a lot of people, you're around a lot of reviewers, everyone in the community likes you. We'd probably love to see some stuff come out.
No. If I have the time or the will, because I hate editing. I do a lot of like photography in my personal life, where like I like go on walks on a day off and snap off a couple hundred pictures. I get home, unload the SD card, and I was like, wow, I took 300 pictures. Once I get through sorting and editing, like 10 are ready to be posted, and so I'm just like, the editing process is not fun for me.
Yeah.
But also like, I don't know. I like watching you guys more. And I don't like think that like maybe people want me to do something, but like also I feel like I'd be stepping on toes, and I'd like don't want to throw my hat in the ring with all you guys that I look up to like that, right? Like I don't think that I have any kind of different opinion or input that would like makes me unique enough to make people watch me whenever something new comes out or whenever I drop something. So I'm fine with posting my little like Instagram stories, or maybe once every 6 months I'll drop a reel or something. But other than that, I haven't really thought content through too much.
Yeah. I think that's where everyone struggles with it too. That makes content is it's fun to shoot the videos. It's fun to smoke the cigars, but the fucking editing is the worst.
Mhm.
And even
Do
Greg
it
just said
fast
it
and dirty.
perfectly. He said, you already do something every Monday night. And
It's
yeah,
true.
like, I love being part of the legacy. Like I love what I do, and I love the people that I do it with. And I don't think I could ever, like I said, offer anything different. I think, whoa,
right.
no,
That's right.
I would, no, I have no
Respect-
capability of that.
Agree.
Respectfully.
Respectfully,
That's what's
Yeah.
cool about the Discord, though, is like, just like you said, you got to meet Tim, and that was cool. And there's a lot of people that watch you, Terrence. It's like, oh, I wonder what Terrence is like in real life. Same thing with Peter, Felipe, and stuff, and Mike. When you go on the Discord, you get to talk to people and smoke with them. I think that takes a lot of like wanting to see somebody in the video, takes it out of it. People get to interact with you. That's what's dope about the Discord, man.
yeah.
I think it was James Burnham down. Like he always supports everybody in the community. Super awesome dude. And I was like, dude, jump on the Discord. We do virtuals. He's like, I don't know if I want to get a camera. I'm like, you don't need to. Just, turn your camera off and just talk to us. And then like the first day he got in, he's kind of like, oh, this is cool. Like I was a little nervous about, talking to all the reviewers or whatnot. And then you just have a cigar with us and you realize we're just dudes smoking cigars. Like there's nothing crazy about this. Like just jump in, man. We're just having a good time. It's not that serious.
Yeah, I
And so
remember my first day, I jumped in a call. And of course, like the first thing people were like, holy shit. But like that day, it was Peter, it was Mike, it was Michael Prisdale, it was Matt, it was Sal, and like 3 other people. It was just like everybody was in a call, and we're all just enjoying like a Thursday afternoon or something like that. And that was a blast. I ended up smoking like 4 or 5 cigars, and I found out that my phone overheats whenever I use Discord. There's been, what was it, at least 24 times where I'd be back, guys. I got to put my phone in the freezer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely cool though. But like the first time you get into it, you're a little nervous. I mean, my first live, I was like, oh shit. I was going on with the Infamous guys. I was like, oh fuck. Like, one of the biggest live streaming channels, like who knows me outside of like 2 other people. And once you get into it, you're like, oh, this is just like smoking with the boys. I think Mike, you had a similar experience on Unbanded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mike was always cool, bro. He's just like, didn't even
He was
care.
always correcting us.
I don't take anything too seriously. Like, we're just fucking guys smoking cigars, It's not like we have a rigid format to this show. I already knew you guys when I first hopped on Unbanded, so like that was cool because I'd talked to you guys in like Discord and stuff. So I was like, oh, same difference, but I was a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah,
by
we were nervous when we
hypnotizing
launched the
gaze.
show. When we launched the show, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be weird." But it,
Mhm.
you know, you do a few and then you forget you're on camera. Sometimes you say stupid shit like "deeper Felipe," you know, like "fuck," and then it
I
is what it
remember-
is.
Or before our first live stream, Roger was like, "Guys, I think I'm gonna throw up." Like he was super nervous.
Dude, I was so nervous, man. I was like, Felipe, you're nervous, right? He's like, no, not really, a little bit. And I was like, Peter, you're nervous, right? You're like, no. I was like, God damn it, dude, I'm fucking
You were real sweaty for the first 10 episodes, Roger.
for the first 30.
Oh shit. So someone asked earlier, I went past the comment, but Terrence, do you do pipes at all? Are you a
Yes,
pipe guy?
yes. I'm not a huge pipe guy. Take that how you will. But I dabble a little bit. I have like my 2 or 3 blends that I've just had in my humidor for a while. So I have like a bourbon vanilla, I've got like a peaches and cream, and I've got like a cherry cordial. It's primarily been aromatic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had one tin of Davidoff, but I couldn't delineate any flavor notes out of it, so I ended up giving it to a buddy of mine who was deeper into pipes than I was. And yeah, just kind of use it as like a palate cleanser, or like if I don't really feel like having a full cigar or it's extremely cold, like give it about a month or two, it'll probably start reaching the 40s or so out here. I'll probably just use the pipe as a hand warmer and still like talk to you guys or just doom scroll on Instagram for a little bit before going to bed.
Yeah, it's a cool change of pace. It's cool to see a lot of guys getting into it. Mike's like a week in, he's trying a bunch of different blends. What are you smoking
Thanks
tonight,
to
Mike?
Felipe. The H&H Old Dark Fired. It's pretty good.
What's H&H? What company is that, Felipe?
Yeah, I think it's H&H. I don't know the full name.
Oh,
but
okay.
It comes in a little tins, like the little square tins. And it's if I remember correctly, I got lots of like leather from that blend.
Mhm.
What is it? Hearth and Home?
I think so. Yeah, it's like these
My
little square
favorite so
tins.
far was that cult Blood Red Moon or whatever, because it was I read the description on it after I smoked it. It's like aromatic, but it's like just a little bit of cherry flavor, which went really well after a cigar because it had like a little something different. Like this is good, but it's not like, I bet if I smoked it not right after a cigar, I would get more from it.
Yeah.
And that the Colt, that one, that was the first blend I ever bought, and that's been sitting for a while. So that's, cellaring tobacco also works. So I'm curious if you were to get a fresh tin, but that's cool. I mean, you like aromatics, that now to try more of that stuff, and Peter does too.
Yeah. I came in for the from the live stream yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I had this pipe tobacco that was actually like really tasty." Blah 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 blah. My wife just looks at me and she's like, "Hey, you can't. This can't be. You don't have the room for."
Start getting into pipes.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
get jars. There's always room for jars.
I can fit them in the humidor with the other stuff in jars.
It
You
takes
don't
up a
even need-
lot less space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have to baby them. Like you don't need Bovedas. Like tobacco stays pretty good if you seal them. And even in baggies, they'll last a really long time. Or if you put them in mason jars, they'll last, fucking forever. So
Hey, I got all the baggies in this guy.
there you go.
Mm.
Yeah, Matt sent over a bunch of stuff for me and Peter, and I put it in my office. It's just in like plastic bags, like a Ziploc bag. And I walk in my office, I'm like, it smells so good in here, because it, like, you could smell through the plastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that Colt too, that stuff sells out like instantaneously. That's one of those blends when they release it, they limit
Yeah.
you when you buy it and it still sells out. Like guys are ravenous for that. They just buy it and they cellar it and they keep it. It's a great blend. What else we got here? I'm still smoking on this cigar, man. I didn't even light up anything else. It's still really good towards the nub here.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Smoking
That's holding
so-
on very well.
Burn's getting a little shitty on me and it's starting to unravel, but
Roger's
Likewise.
struggling with that cigar. How's that cigar, Roger?
are you still smoking that
It
guy?
got a little bit better, dude. It's got like a lot of funk to it, which is weird. But that's the only thing that's helping it now.
What was the brand?
Martinez Cigars. Patrimonio.
Who sent that to you? Who hurt you?
Who'd you piss
Luxury.
off for them to send you that cigar?
Luxury.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting to cancel. It canceled itself now because my card fucking
Thank
information
God.
got jacked. I got a message. It's like you're not in the Cigar Collective. Goddamn, what's the thing called? Patreon anymore. And I was like, fucking Peter kicked me off this thing. What the hell? And I looked.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
My card info was wrong. I was like,
I wasn't
shit,
going to bring it up. I got a notification that said Roger canceled, and then I saw the description. It was like fucking didn't win the giveaway. And then I was like, Jesus.
Rigged giveaway, pre-recorded.
It's a good way to cancel subscriptions. You forgot. It's just like change your card number.
You just give me a call, man.
I fixed it, Peter.
You want a refund?
Honestly,
I'll send you the
that happened to
money.
me a couple months ago. Like I had for 2 or 3 months, I got a random Aflac charge off my card, and I was like, I should probably call and figure out what's going on with this. But it was like it's $35. I spent that at McDonald's. Like it's not a real big deal to me.
That's a Denny steak.
It's Aflac for the insurance to get my stomach pumped after the second one, right?
Yeah.
And then my card expired, and so I got a new card in the mail, activated it, and then I got the charge or the bounce back from my bank account. They're like, hey, if they try to charge the card, it no longer works, yada yada yada. And I was like, cool, save $35 a month now.
Mm.
It's a good.
So
way
it's
to
a
cancel.
real great way to cancel subscriptions.
I got 4 cards, and 3 of them got the info got stolen from 3 of them, dude. It was weird.
Jesus.
Damn.
So
Somebody
those
stole your
weird
wallet,
sites.
man.
Can't be watching the stuff I watch too much. anymore.
Yeah.
It's not good, dude. It's not good.
Stop going on 1, 2, 3 movies, Roger. Just use somebody's subscription logins.
Right. But yeah,
That's a
sucks.
very good pipe blend too. Peach cobbler. I have it from Briarworks. Comes in like the mason jars already. It's super good, man. They make really good pipes and tobacco. So
All right.
good call out there. But all right, gentlemen, we're at the 2-hour mark. It's been a good Sunday stream. Do we got anything we want to plug before we get out of here? Start with we did this yesterday too, but Felipe, you got anything coming out?
I have to edit a video, just unboxing. Matt sent over some cool stuff, sober cigars, so I'll edit that and post that this week.
Okay, we got more Dunbarton this week from Carpy, yeah?
Patapero tomorrow, and then the summary on Thanksgiving. And then Black Friday on Black Friday, and I'll probably do the Davidoff Snake on Saturday. And then I think come January, I'll cut down to 2 reviews a week.
How dare
Because
you?
it's getting cold, man.
Yeah.
You got to
do
tent
that.
up, bro. You got to tent up.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice in here, dude.
I
Chilling.
intentionally backlogged so I didn't have to.
This dude's been smoking. What about you, Roger? Anything coming?
Yeah, I got my Saunter video, man. It's ready to go. My assistant, she's been sick. I'm messing things up.
What's wrong with your wife?
Your assistant.
She had
This is why you sleep on the couch.
she had a strep throat. Dude, remember a while ago we all had
Oh,
strep
yeah.
throat? And she was like, I didn't get strep throat because my immune system's so strong. It's like, okay. And now she had it. It's like, there you go.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
You keep talking shit.
Terrence, you want to plug anything? Is there a live stream that you're on weekly?
Yeah, I'm on Cigars Daily Live every Monday, 6 o'clock Arizona time. Tomorrow is Tim's 40th birthday, so we might do something for that. I don't know. We don't really find out what's going on for that video until like 4 or 5 o'clock, so right before it happens. And so we'll figure out what's going on for that later on in the day. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, for us, we're going to go live again Tuesday before we go through the Thanksgiving break, and then it'll be back to Thursdays for us. But we'll be smoking cigar number 4, last cigar in the November pack. Tomorrow is the 25th, so notifications will go out for Tip Top. If you didn't get a pack, if you don't have an unbanded pack, sign up for notifications. You should get the email, and hopefully you get a pack, because December's month's going to be a good one. I don't want to spoil it because I can't, but it's a good one. And yeah, we'll be regular time on Tuesday too, 9:15, all that stuff. So think that's it from us. Terrence, thanks for coming on, man. It was a blast.
Of
Thanks,
course, thank you
Terrence.
guys for having me. It was a blast.
Absolutely. All right, everybody in the chat, thank you. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow everybody on the screen. Have a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you on Tuesday. Take it
Later,
easy.
guys.
Take
Later,
it
guys.
easy.
Take it easy.
Oh, there's the hand.